Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So the new carts have arrived from Evercade along with some nice goodies. In this first video we will be looking at Goodboy Galaxy and Witch and Wiz. Second one we'll look at Demons of Asteborg and Astebros. Without further ado, let's get started. Before we get started, let's look at the badges that came with the dual packs from Funstock. This is the Evercade EXP badges, really quite cool. I like collecting these, they're probably better than getting stickers, for example, and it's nice to get them as part of your dual collections from Funstock. Definitely always worth picking up, probably better than the coffee mug, I would say. So let's have a look at the two games then. We've got Goodboy Galaxy and Witch and Wiz. Two very different games. Goodboy Galaxy is a kind of a exploration platformer style game. Played the demo and it's absolutely fantastic. Although the demo has got nothing to do with the full game, it was really just a taster. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard some really good things about it. We've also got Witch and Wiz, which is a really good puzzle game. This is a NES game. We're on to cart number 35. Amazingly on to 35, unbelievable. Two grand Evercade adventures await. Two very, very different games. Now, I'm not sure everyone will like both games, but I think there's certainly two games that complement each other. Still not overly convinced that Witch and Wiz should be on a dual cart. Probably better suited to an Indie Heroes collection for me, but it's still a very good game. I'm definitely looking forward to Goodboy Galaxy. I've heard lots of good things about it. It looks impressive. This one could be a sneak hidden gem. It could be one of those surprise hits that could blow us all away. Let's have a look inside. So there's the lovely cart, looks fantastic. We've got a whole load of goodies within the box. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like we've got a poster and a stickers by look at. Talking about stickers, here we go. Loads of stickers from Goodboy Galaxy. Wow. They look really cool. Love it. So we've also got a poster here as well. I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest. So this is a Witch and Wiz poster. Kinda interesting. And on the other side is like a full-blown Witch and Wiz style poster as well. Got game guides here. That's actually really nice. Okay, let's have a look at the manual. This is Witch and Wiz. If you sort of turn it around, it's Goodboy Galaxy on the other side. I love that touch. Excellent. A nice little manual, lots of stuff in here. The idea is basically to clear the screen of all the monsters. Sounds a lot more complicated than you think by looking at this, and you can rewind step by step as well if you make a mistake. You can also completely reset your game if you get completely stuck. But yeah, I love this. Very nice manuals. And I think we can turn over. Yes, we can turn over and look at Goodboy Galaxy. So this one definitely intrigues me. I don't really know an awful lot about it apart from playing the demo, and it looks fantastic. This is a Game Boy Advance game, and I reckon this will probably look really good on the Super Pockets as well. Look at the amount of moves though. Yeah, unfortunately it looks like it utilises the shoulder button, so that might be a problem for the Pocket, but yeah, interesting stuff. This looks fantastic. Wow. Lots to see here. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's have a quick blast on the EXP, then the Super Pockets, just to check for compatibility, and then we'll play it more in depth on the VS. So there's even a little comic in the middle of the booklet. Fantastic stuff. Terrific. Let's put it into the EXP. So there we have it. Goodboy Galaxy and Witch and Wiz. Let's duck into Goodboy Galaxy. This almost feels like it's a native game running. It looks amazing. Sounds fantastic. I got a feeling this could be my new favourite game. Wow. Ah, yeah. Does say prompt for A on the screen, but it's actually B. Oh, joy. You do wonder why Blaze didn't switch the buttons around. I guess on the XP you can do it anyway, but a bit daft. Wow, the presentation is absolutely superb. Okay, let's jump to Witch and Wiz quickly as well, just to make sure it's fine on here. Yeah, looks good. Now the Prologue does go on a little bit, so I think we'll maybe jump to the Super Pocket. Now look at that, guys, how good does this look on the Super Pocket? This could be a game worth getting for your pocket, no doubt. Absolutely gorgeous. Wow, I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this. Superb. Okay, so this is the Goodboy Galaxy website. Now, I'm just going over this quickly because if you wanted a physical version on the Game Boy Advance, it would cost you around $50. I think they have begun to start shipping these out to the customers that have bought them, but obviously that is a lot more expensive than the Evercade version. Now you can also buy this digitally on itch.io for around $20, which isn't too bad. It says here that the shipping for the physical editions is pretty much any time now. You can also get it on Steam and Switch, but they are not available as yet. So for me, the best version at present and the cheapest is on Evercade, and you get some stickers with it as well, which is absolutely fantastic stuff. Okay, so Goodboy Galaxy is just a platformer for one player. It kind of feels like a Metroidvania style thing. I'm not really sure the best way to actually describe it, but it's very cool. And yeah, the demo that was on itch.io was kind of named Chapter 0, and it's basically got nothing to do with the full game. Yeah, you can see that they've raised 10 times their goal on Kickstarter, and this is why they've got this physical version coming on the Game Boy Advance. We're going to have a Steam version, Switch version, all that type of stuff. So they've went way over their initial plan on Kickstarter, which is absolutely amazing. And yeah, there's a good point there. Think before you shoot. Some of the enemies you can use to actually stand on and get to higher platforms. And there's the controls. Obviously it does use the shoulder buttons, but it's not a big deal. Even for the Super Pocket, it's not major, so it should be absolutely fine on the Super Pockets. Okay, so Witch 'n Wiz was released a couple of years ago on the NES. I think you can buy physical versions and digital versions. I think digitally it was about £10, and I guess if you want to buy a physical version on the NES, it's going to cost you $40–50 as per normal, which is crazy. So I reckon we're getting a really good value for money on the Evercade version that we have here. So it's pretty straightforward. It's a puzzle game, Witch 'n Wiz, and there's over 100 levels. And it's all about pushing blocks, defeating enemies, as it says it, or just getting rid of the enemies and trying to move on to the next screen. And it sort of varies from sort of chapter to chapter, and it definitely throws curveballs at you now and again. And I'm quite impressed with this game, although I'm not still convinced that it really should be on a dual cart. But it's still a very good game. Okay, the controls are very straightforward. What I like here is that you can actually restart the puzzle by pressing the select button, so there's a very quick way of getting resetting the whole level again, which is fantastic. You can use the special ability by going back one step at a time, but at times I felt it's better actually just pressing restart and going all the way back to begin again, unless it's just maybe a couple of steps. But anyway guys, let's get stuck into Goodboy Galaxy. Okay, so you are Maxwell the dog with your tongue hanging out and tail constantly wagging. You have crash landed on this planet, and the idea of the game is to repair your ship, find a hyperdrive, and return to your home planet. But in the meantime, you obviously have to meet a lot of different characters. The humour in this game is fantastic. There's lots of different quests, usually fetch quests. There's maybe some challenges that you need to partake in as you go through the game. There's lots of different areas to visit, different planets to go to. And I thought that the character interactions here and the voices or the sort of sounds that they're making reminded me a lot of Steam World Dig 2. That's just the vibes I was getting from it, and it plays a little bit like that, I guess, in some ways. But anyway, this game is absolutely brilliant. This initial stage is really all about, it's almost like a tutorial style level, and it gives you the basics of the game, the jumping. You've got your blaster as well. Now this part is obviously quite important. If you get this wrong, you'll probably fail in a lot of aspects of the game. You need to press jump as you're falling to reach the sort of platform there. But what an amazing little title this is. Fantastic stuff. The graphics are amazing, nice and colourful, sounds are brilliant as well, and I love the variety, and I'm already completely addicted to this game. Yes, it is pretty challenging at times. You will probably die over and over again, but you usually get sent back to a checkpoint or not too far, and you basically have infinite life, so there's no excuse. You can just keep on trying over and over again, which is great stuff for me, because that is quite frustrating. Obviously you can utilise your save states if you wish, but this part here is quite important. You will lose an ability depending on which ancient sort of power thing you go through. This one, it stole the jetpack. Sometimes it might steal your blaster or shield, which I think is actually quite clever. That means that you have to change your strategy depending on which ability you've actually lost. But so far, amazing. I'm absolutely blown away at how good this game is. Okay, so at this point in the game it completely opens up and you get the choice of 3 different planets that you can visit. You can choose any of them and you can jump between them at any point anyway. And you get different enemies to see, more friends to make, different characters that you can sort of see. It really is pretty cool. There's lots of different challenges through each of these stages, lots of different things to collect, and you'll probably have to revisit them at certain points once you upgrade your weapons, upgrade your sort of jetpack sort of thing so you can reach higher levels, that type of thing. Classic stuff, but really addictive. I've thoroughly enjoyed playing through this. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I'm very, very impressed indeed. It does get a little bit challenging, there's no doubt about it. There was one particular boss quite early on in the game that I took quite a few goes to sort of complete, and it kept trolling me saying it's going to dumb down the difficult for me, but it actually made it harder. Yeah, that one did make me giggle. So this part here has to be said in your best Scottish accent. That's pure dead brilliant. Okay, so Witching Wiz is a very different game to Goodboy Galaxy. It's a single screen puzzle game, and I'm fast forwarding through the prologue section because it is painfully dull to actually play through, never mind actually watch through. It's obviously setting up the story for the game, but personally I think it really should have been a couple of bits of text, maybe in a screen or two, rather than this maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes full of this absolute nonsense that for me just doesn't serve the purpose. It really is just wasting time. Just get straight to the game, please. It is absolute nonsense. Okay, so Witching Wiz, it's a pretty straightforward game initially, and the idea is obviously to clear those monsters or defeat them, whichever you want to see, by utilising your different abilities per chapter, or utilising the blocks, or even the monsters themselves throughout the different stages. Now, some levels are laughably easy, other ones are ferociously difficult. I've been stuck on some levels for days, maybe even weeks, and maybe even months before I actually figure out what to do. Now, you can reverse back a couple of steps or as far back as you like, though if you go back too far, it's usually better pressing the select button to completely reset the floor and start again. You can also find that option in the start pause menu as well, and you will definitely use that select button often because you'll get stuck, you'll muck up, and you'll have to do the whole thing over and over again till you figure out what to do. I think this game is fantastic. I'm really impressed with it, but I've still got that niggle in the back of my head that I don't think there's enough value here, or there's not enough quality to be on a dual collection along with Goodboy Galaxy. It does complement the game. Obviously, both of these games are very contrasting, very different style of games, and perhaps if you get a little bit frustrated with Goodboy, you come on here and complete a puzzle section and then move on and go back and forth. But personally, I think this would have been better on Indie Heroes Collection 3 rather than on a dual collection. I just don't feel there's the same kind of quality as Goodboy Galaxy, and maybe it's just me, I just don't think it should be on here. But in saying that, I still like the game. It is very good, I enjoyed it, and I've been plugging through this for the last few months on my Steam Deck. I've only got to about 70% complete, but even then, going back onto these levels that I've done before, I'm still stuck and I can't remember how to complete them, which is mad. But what a great game, really challenging. Obviously, if you don't like your puzzle games, then you'll probably not enjoy this at all. But it's a good challenge, and I certainly am enjoying it very, very much. Okay, so once you actually complete some of the chapters, you get this really daft, annoying, pointless middle section going between the different chapters and levels. I don't really get it. It's obviously trying to explain some kind of story and set up the next chapter, which is very, very different, and you gain some different abilities sometimes, but just seems completely pointless to me. Okay guys, my final thoughts on this collection, and apologies for a slightly long video considering there is only 2 games, but I felt there's not enough footage out there of Goodboy Galaxy, and I wanted to do it justice so that you get a taste of what this game is actually like and what it looks like. It looks fantastic, great graphics, amazing sound. The gameplay is very, very addictive, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I think it's awesome, and it's most likely going to be on my top 3, top 5 best games on Evercade. It really is that good. Now that will differ from person to person. Some people will probably prefer your Duke Nukem sort of style games, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people, if you discover this one, you will absolutely love it. Now Witch and Wiz is a very good game. I really enjoyed playing it. It's a nice little puzzle game. I don't think it's amazing, but it is good. I thoroughly enjoyed playing that style of game, but I still have that niggle that I don't think it should be on this collection. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.